is not just the fact that we are here to talk about financial conversation. Not that we're here to have just financial conversations, but we're also here to look out for best practices as concerning treasury practices in Nigeria. And I am very certain that our lineup, all the guests that we have, our keynote speakers, our panelists, are very ready to do justice to that because they have brought a wealth of experience that would help us navigate the questions we have and the conversations that we're about to have. At some point during the event, we're going to have roundtable conversations. Now, when we get to that point, I will repeat instructions, but I will say these here and now. The roundtable conversations is meant for us to have conversations together. So we have 2 questions per table. 2 questions per 1 table. Is that it? No, 1 table. Yeah, I'm correct. 2 tables to 1 question. Yes, I'm very correct. 2 tables to 1 question. So, but when it's time for that, the card that you got would be very instrumental when we get to that point. So please bear that in mind. That said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to please ask that you rise to your feet as we take the national anthem.
To the Nigerian national anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. Oh God.
Let's do the last one. Let's do the last one. Yes, please.
God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please, let's have our seats. I mentioned earlier that the ACTN's commitment to the principle, to the guiding principle of the ACTN rather, is to promote policy advocacy, to promote mutual interest, the education and standards of treasury in Nigeria, for corporate treasury in Nigeria. And you see, it's not an easy task. It's not something that it's not a walk in the park. And for you to see consistently excellence, it means that the people at the helm of affairs are doing a great job. I always say something, that the proof of a great team is not in the money they have or how flashy they look. It's in how well they execute projects. And so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you the members of the Governing Council of the Association of Corporate Treasurers of Nigeria. As I mentioned their names, please, and they stand up for recognition, please give them a resounding applause. First, I'd like to introduce the President of the ACTN and Chairman of Council, Mr. Adenyinka Ogunubi. A round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, sir. Mr. Ogunubi is a finance professional with an extensive experience that spans over 26 years. So when you see somebody who has that wealth of experience saying, oh, this is what we should do, this is how we should do it, then you can trust that. You can take it to the bank. Right, sir? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not certain if Mr. Ishmael Nwokocha is in the building. He's not? Okay. Please put your hands together for President Emeritus, Mr. Zil Akaraiwe, who is also a member, the CEO. A round of ladies and gentlemen, come on. Mr. Akaraiwe has over 20 years of experience. And like I said, experience beats, it beats, what did you say, ma'am? Oh, okay. Experience beats these things sometimes. When you think that, we can do it, you can't compare somebody who is doing something for the first year to somebody who has 20, 26. In fact, I'm not even 26 years old, All right. Next on my list, I'd like to specially recognize also President Emeritus as well, Mrs. Victory Olumuyiwa. A round of applause, please. She's head of Finance and Treasury, Lafarge Africa PLC. Lovely to meet you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Okay, my apologies. Thank you so much. All right, I also like to introduce to us another member of the ACTN, Mr. Benedict Oloboshere, FCA. Lovely to see you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Am I right to say that I saw Mrs. Kweju Faloye earlier? Lovely to see you. Thank you so much. A round of applause for her, please. She's a member of the ACTN Governing Council as well. Lovely to see. I love your outfit, ma. Ma, may we exchange after the event? Ladies and gentlemen, I saw the CEO and Executive Secretary somewhere around. Please put your hands together for Mr. Sheon Akinfolari. He's over there, Executive Secretary and CEO of the ACTN. Now, we have some of our guests in the house, and I would like to introduce to us one of our keynote speakers, and he will be talking about, policy implications, but from a different perspective. He is the Managing Director and CEO, Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, CPPE. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Muda Yusuf. A round of applause, please. This our round of applause is kind of cold. Are we cold? Are we cold? Should we turn off the AC? A round of applause for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's much better. Now, I made a little error earlier on when I was introducing Mrs. Victory Olumiwa, and I said, anyway, I won't repeat it. So now I'd like to correct myself. She is actually the Global Head of Treasury and Investors Relations, Greenlight Planet, Sun King. Thank you so much for being gracious. Thank you. Now, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on in the programs, of course, I have not finished all the introductions because if I continue, we may not stop today. So I'd like for us to please put our hands together this moment as I bring up for his welcome address the President and Chairman of Council, ACTN, Mr. Adeyinka Ogunubi. Please, a round of applause for him till he gets here.
Thank you, Yemisi. A round of applause for her, please. Hello. I have to hold it like this, right? Oh, there's a power button. Okay, sorry. This is the part of the job I love most because this is probably the only time you will see me on this stage. After I am done, I will disappear from your face. Hello. Can we get another mic? Okay, it's working. Distinguished guests, governing council members, let me pause here to recognize one of our governing council members that was not introduced. I think that was a slight breach of protocol. We have in our midst one of our governing council members, Mr. Titus Uweye. He's the group head of Treasury for flour mills. In fact, he's the only celebrity in our midst. Distinguished guests, governing council members, honored speakers, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my profound pleasure to welcome you to the third edition of the Treasury 360 Conference and Exhibition. It is an event that stands as a beacon of insight, collaboration, and innovation within the Nigeria corporate treasury and finance community space. Today, we focus on the theme policy implications and building sustainable treasury strategies, Nigeria's perspective on tackling inflation and interest rate uncertainty. This theme could not be more timely as it mirrors the challenges and opportunities our industry currently faces within Nigeria's ever-evolving economic landscape. As we're all aware, Nigeria is experiencing a critical period marked by heightened inflationary pressures and elevated interest rate uncertainty. Emphasizing transparency, fostering collaboration between public and private sectors, and ensuring that monetary and fiscal policies align with long-term economic growth. It is not the best situation where there to help. We're not here insights. Let's be active but insights. Let's be active participants, recognizing that each perspective contributes to a richer
For being the headline sponsor for